time for some hot stuff. And there is nothing hotter right now than Justin Sun's plans to launch an algorithmic stablecoin called USDD. Yes, it's called USDD on Tron. He's written an open letter to, I don't know, to you, to me, to everybody, explaining exactly what it's all about. And there is a reason I'm wearing gloves, because this is like, what is this? We'll find out after these messages. In 2021, Ethereum traders lost over $200 million to malicious bots exploiting their trades. As DeFi continues to gain popularity, this number is expected to rise. Eden Rocket RPC is a next-generation private transaction service for Ethereum, providing traders with MEV protection by submitting transactions directly to miners and away from the prying eyes of harmful bots. Using Eden Network for Ethereum transactions results in better and safer trades. While MEV protection doesn't require any stake, traders who do stake Eden and use the Eden RPC on MetaMask receive transaction block priority, and now with the release of Staker Extractable Value, or SEV, they're paid for every trade they make on Ethereum. Eden Rocket RPC compiles some of Ethereum's fastest private transaction networks, resulting in a 90% plus effective hash rate. And this makes Eden Rocket RPC the fastest private transaction network available, protecting you from bots. On top of that, Eden Rocket RPC users are paid to trade on Ethereum. Join the best and get started with Eden Network today to trade safer. DeFi protocol Xtoken has recently launched Xtoken Terminal, the capital markets platform for Web3. Terminal aims to offer DeFi and NFT projects seamless access to fundamental on-chain primitives. The first feature app on Terminal, Mining, is a permissionless and no-code solution for deploying liquidity mining campaigns on Uniswap v3. Rather than spending weeks of development time deploying and configuring contracts or building a custom interface, projects can use Terminal to launch an LM program in a matter of minutes. Mining offers a robust UI and a flexible, configurable, and feature-rich contract architecture. Terminal also makes mining easy for liquidity providers with an intuitive end-to-end experience. Terminal will continue to roll out apps aimed at offering projects seamless, permissionless access to complex DeFi primitives. For more info, visit the Terminal website and follow along on Twitter. So, Mr. Justin Sun, sorry, we should backtrack here because it's not Mr. Justin Sun, it's H.E. Justin Sun. He, Justin Sun. Well, actually, it's His Excellence Justin Sun, because Justin has rebooted himself as a special ambassador, a plenipotentiary for Grenada to the World Trade Organization. He's positioned himself as a diplomat, a man of international mystery. He's also positioned himself as a crypto space pioneer. A crypto space pioneer. Is he going mining on asteroids? Is he launching rockets in space? No. He bid $28 million at the Blue Origin auction, and now he'll pick 5 people to join him in space. Headlines here, Crypto Wunderkind, just, you know where I'm going with this. His Excellence, that's how we must call him now, His Excellence. If you're interested in knowing more about Justin Sun, there is a Verge article which outlines some interesting details. I'll post it in the description below. But the thing that we're really interested in here is USDD. USDD, for the ladies out there. No, it's a decentralized algorithmic stablecoin on Tron. This is the open letter that Justin wrote. He doesn't know what an open letter actually is, but he's written one anyway. So let's read it. He says, stablecoins have entered a new era. They haven't entered a new era. What he's done here is he's copied Terra and UST, but let's let him have that one. Blockchain believers pursue to decentralize everything centralized on the strong faith in the capabilities of mathematics and algorithms rather than violence and power in creating a desirable future for the world. Today, we see the possibility of decentralizing the blockchain world's most centralized territory. But it's not. We have DAI, we have UST. There's plenty of decentralized stablecoins out there. But okay, Justin, I see where you're going with this. Now, Tron DAO joined hands with major blockchain players to launch USDD, decentralized USD, the most decentralized stablecoin in human history. I mean, where do you start with this? So first off, Tron DAO, is the organization that manages the Tron network. Is it decentralized? Well, it's hard to tell, really, with anything to do with Tron. It's obfuscated. There's layers of just stuff where you think, is this really what's going on here? Nonetheless, there is a DAO, and they have joined hands with major blockchain players. Nowhere could I find who those major blockchain players were. Who is it? Nobody knows. Is it the most decentralized stablecoin in human history? No. Is Tron the most decentralized network in human history? No. So how is that possible? They want to make finance accessible to all by applying mathematics and algorithms. Okay, fine. As a result, USDD will enjoy perpetual existence without relying on any centralized entities. But will it enjoy a perpetual peg to $1? I don't know. Anyway, it goes on to talk about the stablecoin 1.0 and 2.0 eras represented by Omni-based and Tron-based USDT. And if you remember, USDT actually launched on Tron April 2019, I believe. And that was actually quite a big deal, getting a major, well, the biggest stablecoin tether to deploy on Tron. Now, it deployed on a bunch of other networks as well, but Tron was like, hey, we got USDT. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. So here it says, 4 years into the launch of the Tron-based USDT, Tron has grown into the world's largest stablecoin network, hosting more than $55 billion worth of financial assets. Bullshit. Bullshit. Ethereum is the largest stablecoin network. Prove me wrong. While stablecoins in the 2.0 era are exceptionally fast and affordable, their reserves are still stored, managed, and redeemed by centralized organizations. Yes, to a degree, yes, that is true. So today, Tron is starting a self-imposed revolution. Oh, you poor lambs. Pooling all its resources to create USDD, a fully decentralized stablecoin underpinned by mathematics and algorithms, bringing the development of stablecoins to the next level, and by building the most efficient and affordable stablecoin network in the global DeFi ecosystem, Tron aims to usher stablecoins into the 3.0 era, led by the Tron-based USDD. Here's how it's going to work. USDD will be pegged to the underlying asset TRX and issued in a decentralized manner. When USDD's price is lower than $1, users and arbitragers can send $1 to the system and receive $1 worth of TRX, and the inverse is true if it goes higher. Regardless of market volatility, the USDD protocol will keep USDD stable at 1-to-1 against the US dollar via proper algorithms in a decentralized manner. Where are those algorithms? Couldn't find them. Nope, no repos, no white papers, no nothing. It's just an open letter. This thing is launching in 9 days' time, but there's no details. Like, what is it? What we do know, that system, remind you of anything? Yes, UST and Luna. Now, if you know the Luna system, it's been functioning for quite a long time now. You burn Luna and redeem UST instead, and you can go back the other way as well. The price of Luna is kind of the idea that keeps the whole thing in check. And as we know, back in May, I think it was, of 2021, the whole system collapsed because the system was designed to redeem X number of, I think it was like $20 million worth of redemptions at around a 2% spread. And because the price of Luna collapsed so fast, it couldn't do that. And then the UST peg collapsed, and it was a disaster. Now, they've retooled the whole mechanism in order to make sure that doesn't happen again, and this thing can scale up, but it's still exogenous risk. There's no detail anywhere about how TRX will manage this, well, except there is, but we'll get into that in a second. USDD on Tron is scheduled to be issued and enter circulation on May the 5th, 2022. It'll also be available on Ethereum and BNB chain through the BTTC cross-chain protocol. Sounds a bit sketchy to me. Cross-chain, okay, but fine. And the roadmap of Tron-based USDD consists of 4 stages. 1 is space, 2 is ISS, 3 is moon, and 4 is Mars. So Justin's continuing his voyage into space with naming the stages after space exploration. I mean, what planet is he on? I don't know. So in 1.0, the USDD management will be entrusted to the Tron DAO Reserve and other major blockchain institutions. We don't know who that is at the moment, but what it seems to be is that they have raised around $2 to $10 billion worth of liquid assets from what they call blockchain industry initiators to use them as an early stage reserve. We'll come back to that. The whole thing just sounds sketchy as hell. But anyway, here's the big bit. Upon its establishment, the Tron DAO Reserve will set its basic, risk-free interest rate to 30% per annum and facilitate other decentralized and centralized organizations that accept USDD to implement consistent interest rate policies. This is it. This is the big puppy deal of all of this. Anchor Protocol, 20% or 19.5%. Justin's promising 30%. Risk-free. Risk-free? Are you having a laugh? Nothing is risk-free, and saying it is risk-free is the biggest red flag I can see, apart from all the other ones, His Excellency. So how are they going to pay you this 30%? Because like Anchor's already struggling to pay it down because whales and protocols are parking UST in Anchor and just hoovering up the 20% rewards. 30%, that's an extra 50% on top of what Anchor's doing. So this $10 billion treasury worth of highly liquid assets, we don't know what those are yet, that was raised from blockchain industry initiators, we don't know who those are either. There's no idea about partners or anything else. That's going to be what's backing this up. And so think of it as an introductory offer. Just take the 30%, let's bring all the TVL so that Justin can then do some show metrics and say, okay, look at this, our metrics theater, we've got however many billions dollars worth of value in USDD, what a great success it is. Those will just be cleaning out that $10 billion reserve as fast as they possibly can. So this Tron DAO reserve will shield users from inevitable market volatility. Well, at least they've said that right. The price of TRX will go up, it will go down. I think at the last I checked, it was around number 27 on CoinGecko. It used to be like a banger top 10 token. Not anymore, people have lost interest. So the final bit here, our end goal is to make equitable access to financial services a fundamental human right. In time, financial services will become a necessity, like water and air, accessible to people worldwide. Yes, I can imagine Justin walking in the fields of Ethiopia saying, hey, are you hungry? Do you need water? How about some financial services? No. He invokes the spirit of Franklin Roosevelt at the end, and he says, freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom from want, and freedom from fear. They should also be entitled to freedom of finance, freedom of wealth, and freedom to protect their private properties. Justin's clearly painting himself as a citizen of the earth, fighting for everybody's freedoms. I don't even know where to begin with this. But he says, let's work towards more freedom for all the 7 billion people worldwide and towards a better tomorrow. I feel you, Justin, Your Excellency. I feel your vision here. I just don't buy any of it. Anyway, that's USDD. It is a decentralized stablecoin built on Tron. There will be a 30% rate of interest. We will inevitably cover it. I will go in and I will try this thing out. But the disturbing lack of any kind of detail, both in a white paper or in the partners or where the reserve is or what those liquid assets actually are. So many red flags, so much to talk about. I hope that gave you some sense of just why this was today's hot stuff. I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, drop us a, comment if you want to. Tell us what you want to see covered. That was hot stuff. I'll see you on the next one. Be safe. Peace.